This year, CBS 4 News produced a half-hour special, The Business of Lobster, which explored how the commercial fishing industry in the Florida Keys was saved in recent years when China began importing live Florida lobsters. The high prices the Chinese were willing to pay meant most of the lobster caught in Florida was ultimately shipped there. But now the growing trade war with China is threatening to throw the Keys fishing industry into disarray. On Friday, the United States imposed $34 billion in tariffs against goods coming into the United States from China. And China immediately retaliated on U.S. goods. And for the Florida Keys fishermen, the news was not good. In Marathon, thousands of lobster traps are waiting to be dropped in the water for the start of next month's lobster season. Typically, for commercial fishermen like Gary Nichols, this is a time of hopeful anticipation, but these are not typical days.
Starting to get a little scary.
9 years ago, Nichols saw the price of lobster drop to $3 a pound, and he nearly lost everything. Then along came the Chinese, who started buying as much lobster as they could get their hands on, shipping it live to China.
We've been very fortunate over the last several years with the Chinese market.
At its height, lobster prices hit $24 a pound. In recent years, it has settled to an average price of $10. But now the trade war threatens everything.
If we go back down without this Chinese market, we're looking at a lobster price that's, down there in the $5, $6 range, which just doesn't pay the bills. And with the fuel cost increasing, the labor cost increasing, and running these businesses, it's going to be a real struggle. I mean, especially coming off a hurricane season where we lost $1 million, and it's going to take years to rebuild after this storm.
Today, a new storm approaches.
We can't continue to allow China to rape our country, and that's what they're doing. It's the greatest theft in the history of the world.
As a candidate, Trump regularly blasted China, accusing its leaders of taking advantage of the United States. And as president, he promised action, declaring on Twitter, trade wars are good and easy to win. In March, Trump hit China with a tariff on steel and aluminum. China responded with $3 billion in tariffs on items such as nuts and sparkling wine. In April, Trump hit China again with an additional $34 billion in tariffs on Chinese-made computers, dishwashers, and medical devices, among other things. Those tariffs went into effect on Friday. China immediately fired back with $34 billion on U.S. goods, including soybeans, poultry, pork, and beef. Those tariffs also went into effect on Friday. And tucked into the list of 545 products were lobsters, whether they come from Florida or Maine, and whether they are live, frozen, or processed.
I was really praying that that wasn't going to occur, and at this moment, I don't know what's going to happen. We're all just in limbo.
To stay competitive, Florida lobstermen are going to have to drop their prices. Otherwise, buyers in China will simply start purchasing lobster from Australia, Brazil, or Nicaragua.
I'm just hoping our president can resolve this little trade war that he's got going.
Jeff Kramer is a longtime Keys commercial fisherman who operates a fish house in Marathon. He buys lobster from as many as 20 different boat captains and then sells them to the Chinese brokers.
A lot of us voted for him, and maybe this will work out in the long run, but for the short term, it's going to really devastate us.
So how are you feeling about Trump now?
Let's see what happens. He got Rocket Man to back down. Let's see if he can get the Chinese president to back down.
Gary Nichols also voted for Trump and is standing by him.
I think he's doing a good job. I really do. He's a smart man. He's a lot smarter than I am, and he's a businessman that makes a lot of money. I just hope some of these little guys like ourselves with little family businesses, I just hope maybe he sees something. They even thought about writing him a letter, trying to be more one-on-one with him and get him to see what, who's affected.
Both Nichols and Kramer said they understand why the president is engaging in this fight.
Maybe it'll help give us a helping hand because we've been at a disadvantage. Now we're at more of a disadvantage.
Hey, Larry, how you doing?
You're good.
This is the head guy I've been telling you about. He's the biggest lobster buyer in the United States.
We first met Larry Yee earlier this year. He is one of several brokers who buy lobster in the United States and then sells it to eager buyers in China.
Everything
everything looks good until this tariff came in.
We spoke to Yi as he was on his way to China to try and renegotiate his prices with his distributors and buyers.
Right now, we don't know what to expect.
Yi said China has always treated the U.S. unfairly. For instance, China places a 17% tax and duty on lobster imported from the United States. It's a fee other countries don't pay.
Why 17%? We shouldn't pay them at all.
And as part of his business, Yi imports fish and crabs from China to the United States.
There's no taxes here. No import taxes, no duty, no nothing. But for our goods to go into China, yes, there's taxes, there's duty, and now tariffs. It's insane.
In the meantime, Nichols never thought his family's fate could be tied to the outcome of a global trade war. It's taught him a valuable lesson.
Sooner or later, it does trickle down to the little guy. And we are the little guys, but we support this country. We feed a lot of people in this nation, but maybe we all need to back down, take some tax off, and let's just do business.
Lobster season formally begins August 6th. We'll keep you posted on the impact. We'll be right back after the break.